Hey, what is going on, guys? SportyClash here. Welcome back to another Clash of Clans discussion video. And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing, should defensive heroes be able to get abilities slash equipment? Now, I feel like this has been talked about a little bit in the past, especially when we only had two abilities, which was the invisibility and the archer. That was like the common, and then with the king, it was the rage and the rage barbarians. And people were wondering, like, should defensive heroes be able to actually get the equipment and abilities that we have on attacking? And I feel like they've definitely tested that out in the Clash of Clans team, and it is a very interesting topic, to say the least. There's a lot of pros, there's a lot of cons. It would make it a lot harder to attack, but it would also be like easier for defense, and some people have been complaining that it's nearly impossible to be a defensive player. Like, you're just letting your base sit out for no reason. So there's a lot to talk about in today's episode regarding the fact. For my personal opinion, I truly don't think there should be. I feel like, it would be cool to have like a defensive equipment. Like we have here the blacksmith. Maybe if we had like a defensive blacksmith where it was only defensive abilities, or equipment, that would be really interesting as well. Like maybe like some of the stuff that I can think of off the top of my head is maybe vamp stash. That would be really cool for a defensive one. The barbarian and the rage, like the common two, would be really cool to see on maybe defense. Like I feel like that would help out on the defensive side. We also do have the archers. The mirror would be really interesting for defensive. But yeah, like all this stuff, like all this equipment stuff, would it be cool to see it on defense? I think it would be cool to see it on defense, and it would be a lot harder to attack. But that's where you run into the problem that it might even be too overpowered. I feel like you would have to nerf the equipment on defensive for it to even be like somewhat of like, imagine going toe-to-toe with a level 95 king and a 90 level 5 king, and they have vamp stash and you don't. It's like, I don't know, you wouldn't be able to win unless you had more troops around it. It's just a lot of stuff. But then you also go into the attacking side of, okay, your king gets the giant gauntlet and rage. You automatically overpower that defensive troop. Now, how would it work? Like, how would your defensive your heroes know when to use the equipment? I would say right before they die, maybe, or you add stuff that have like, the vamp stash where it's automatic. It's not like anything like you have to activate the ability, and maybe like just before you die, the rage vial will go off, so it'll get that last second type thing. That could also be really cool as well. So there's a lot of stuff to maybe discuss about that. Like, could it work? I feel like definitely the Clash of Clans team has for sure like thought about it or tested it in their development and stuff like that. So I feel like this isn't like anything that they haven't tried yet. But yeah, some of the pros would obviously be for the defensive side. The defense would be a lot harder to attack, and like I said earlier in the video, like 3 minutes ago, not too crazy, but like I said earlier in the video, it would, defense is been, a lot of people complain that you're just basically setting up your defense to fail every time, and there's no don't get me wrong, like when you have a good attacker, like it's gonna be 100%, like 100% of the time basically. But as you can see, I'm doing pretty good on defense. Wow, 89, 88, 89, 81. I'm cooking around that 80% range. Sadly, they're still getting some trophies out of me, but like I said, like it would make defense more tough. Like it would be easier to defend. So let's say like these 89s went to like a 60 because my heroes had abilities and stuff like that. Like, so it could be like, it could be a lot better for like defense and like defending and stuff like that. And then the obviously con is it would be harder to attack. You got to think about that as well, because you're on both sides of the spectrum here. But like I said, one of the pros is definitely defense would maybe be relevant again, maybe. Not saying like, upgrading stuff like that is not important. Like the defenses are absolutely very important. But like I said earlier in the video, my final thoughts, like just so you guys aren't like waiting for my final thoughts, my final thoughts are, I don't think there should be. It would be really cool to see, but I don't think there should be equipment here in the Clash of Clans defensive side. But it still would be really cool. Obviously, another pro would be you get equipment. Why are there witches in my... Oh, Oh, I forgot to donate. I have to donate to war. My bad. But yeah, like I said, like especially for war too, that's actually a really good point. Now that I mention it, like war might be harder. Like, you know, like a lot of people like draw because like you're both very good at attacking and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. One misclick would definitely send you away from, you know, a 3-star, but it's like, hey, if you have equipment, like if you have a equipment for the heroes, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I can't think of really anything else that would benefit. Obviously, I mean, it would make the Clash of Clans team more money, to be honest with you, if they added a defensive blacksmith. I mean, come on, think about it now. Like, they would sell that stuff, right? Which is really funny to me. But yeah, like some of the stuff, like for like the warden, you can have like the rage, or not the rage gem. You can have the healing tome, like kind of like the builders. If the healer, if like he gets into his thing, like for my example, my healer or my Grand Warden is here, right? Imagine having healing tome where the buildings surrounding it act like builders, where they're like either more hit points or like I know I'm bringing up so many points to like have a defensive building, but like I'm just kind of thinking of like ways that, you know, they could do it. But like imagine like the Grand Warden, the area that he has is also, you have life gem and rage gem, so maybe he does double the damage, and also he does more hit points to the surrounding areas. So it's kind of like how he is on attacking. That would be really interesting, to say the least. I'll definitely say that. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking for the Grand Warden. You can have it as like another spell tower, or like as in like it reacts as like a spell tower. That would be pretty cool as well. For like the World Champion, maybe you can have like the Rocket Spear, like where his first cup, that would be overpowered. But it could be like the Super Minions, where the first couple shots are like from a mile away. I don't know how that would work, but that would be really cool. And then also you can have like maybe the Royal Gem itself, where like just before it's about to die, it like activates health. It'd be a whole thing, but I think it would be very cool. But I don't know if I would like it in that aspect. I mean, it would be really overpowered for defensive like positions and stuff. You would have to really alter your attack, or you have to actually make the troops stronger. Like Clash of Clans would have to make the troops stronger, then you're just back to square one. So, but I thought this was a pretty cool discussion video. Again, my final thoughts are, you know, I don't think it's the best idea. I don't think it's a good idea, but I was just kind of bringing up some suggestions. Maybe it'd be pretty cool. But like, I truly don't think it would be a good idea. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments down below, because I love talking about these discussion videos, because, well, it's Clash of Clans, you know, we discuss things. There's so much they can do to the game. There's so much they can't do to the game. So it's pretty cool to create these discussion videos, and I hope you guys enjoy them as well. Because I really enjoy making them. I think I have to collect stuff in the forge here, but we gotta get this builder base going, dude. This has not been good. Add more heroes to builder base, that would be pretty cool as well. But yeah, there's so much they can do to this game still a lot to go, but still really cool to make this discussion video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys in the next episode.